What if the world told you that family is everything but deep down, you knew it was a chain you'd rather break than wear? What if solitude wasn't a punishment, but a throne from which you rule your own empire of thought and purpose? Have you ever felt the weight of expectation suffocating your freedom, only to realize you're stronger when you walk away? If these questions burn in your chest, you're in the right place. Welcome to Sigma Male Community, where we strip away the illusions and arm you with the unfiltered truth about living life on your own terms. Today we're diving into a raw, provocative reality: why Sigma males keep a great distance from family relationships. This isn't about petty grudges or teenage rebellion. It's about forging an unshakable identity, mastering your mind, and claiming the sovereignty that society doesn't want you to have. Get ready, because we're about to ignite your understanding of what it truly means to be a Sigma. 1. The sanctuary of silence versus the family noise floor. For the Sigma male, silence is a battlefield one, a realm where his mind sharpens its edges and his soul finds its rhythm. It's not an empty void, it's a sacred forge where clarity is hammered into existence, where strategies are born, and where the chaos of the world is silenced by sheer will. Family environments, though, are a relentless assault on this sanctuary. The endless chatter, the unspoken demands, the performative laughter, it's a noise floor that grates against his very being, drowning out the stillness he needs to thrive. This isn't about hating the voices, it's about rejecting the static they bring. Distance becomes his fortress wall, a shield against the sensory overload that threatens to unravel his carefully crafted equilibrium. To the Sigma, peace isn't negotiable, it's the foundation of his power, and he'll guard it with every step he takes away from the clamor. The Stoic knows that external chaos can't be tamed, only sidestepped. Family gatherings might mean love to some, but to the Sigma, they're a storm of triviality and emotional turbulence he refuses to weather. He doesn't owe anyone his presence when it costs him his clarity. Every shouted argument, every guilt-laden sigh, every forced conversation, their chains masquerading as connection, and he's not here to be bound. By retreating, he's not running, he's choosing. He's preserving the mental space where he rules supreme, where his thoughts aren't drowned by the petty dramas of others. This is self-mastery in action. Knowing what poisons your peace and having the strength to walk away from it, blood ties be damned. 2. Sovereignty over scripted roles. Family is a theater, and everyone's handed a script at birth. The loyal son, the helpful brother, the guy who shows up no matter what. But the Sigma male doesn't play parts written by someone else. He's the author, the director, the star of his own epic. Those roles? They're shackles disguised as duty, and he's not here to wear them. The minute he steps into that familial spotlight, he's expected to bend, to smile, to sacrifice his truth for their comfort. That's not freedom, that's surrender. Distance is his rebellion, his refusal to let tradition or guilt dictate who he is. He's not your prop, your pawn, or your puppet. He's a sovereign force, and he'll die before he lets anyone else hold the pen to his story. A Stoic understands that true power lies in living by your own code, not bowing to the scripts of others. The Sigma sees through the game. Every "you should" from family is a subtle demand to conform, to shrink, to fit their mold. But he's not built for cages. He rejects the emotional blackmail, the "we're family so you owe us" trap, and chooses instead to craft a life that's his alone. This isn't about cutting ties out of spite, it's about protecting his right to exist as he sees fit. By stepping back, he declares his independence, proving that his worth isn't tied to how well he performs for them. It's a brutal, beautiful truth. He's not here to please, he's here to prevail. 3. The fortified inner sanctum, emotional armor. They call him cold, but they don't see the war he's fought to build that armor. The Sigma's emotional walls aren't a flaw, they're a triumph, forged from the ashes of betrayal, neglect, or the sting of vulnerability turned against him. Family isn't just a group of people, it's a minefield of old wounds, a place where history can strike without warning. He's learned the hard way that open gates invite invaders, and he's not about to let his guard down again. Distance is his moat, his drawbridge, his way of keeping the chaos out and the strength in. It's not that he doesn't feel, it's that he feels too much to let it spill where it won't be honored. In the Stoic's world, emotions aren't the enemy, but they must be ruled, not unleashed. The Sigma knows family expects him to bare his soul, to play the game of raw, reckless openness. But why hand your weapons to those who might not wield them well? He's seen the manipulation, the guilt trips, the way closeness can become a leash. His detachment is his discipline, a choice to protect the citadel of his mind from the storms others bring. This isn't about shutting out love, it's about ensuring that what enters his fortress earns its place. By standing apart, he keeps his power intact, a king in his own domain, unshaken by the tempests of familial tides. 4. Self-contained sovereignty, the anti-need. Most men lean on others like crutches, family as their safety net, their validation, their lifeline. Not the Sigma. His strength is a fire that burns from within, needing no fuel from anyone else. The idea of depending on family, for support, for approval, for anything, feels like a betrayal of his own essence. He's not a beggar at their table. He's a warrior in his own wilderness. Offers of help. He hears the strings attached. Demands for connection. He smells the control. Distance is his natural state, the proof that he's whole without their scaffolding, thriving in a solitude they can't comprehend. The Stoic finds peace in what he controls, himself, and lets the rest fall away. The Sigma embodies this, rejecting the myth that family completes him. He's not broken, not lacking, not waiting for their embrace to feel alive. Every step away is a step toward his truest self, a declaration that he doesn't need their voices to echo his worth. This isn't arrogance, it's certainty. He's built a kingdom in his mind and he doesn't need their bricks to hold it up. By refusing to plug into their grid, he proves that real power doesn't borrow, it creates. That's the Sigma way, standing tall, alone, and unbreakable. 5. Hyper-Vigilance against inherited toxicity. The Sigma's got a sixth sense for poison, honed by years of watching dysfunction unfold. Family toxicity, manipulation, grudges, emotional blackmail, hits him like a stench he can't unsmell. He doesn't just notice it, he feels it eating at his core, a threat to the peace he's bled to build. While others might shrug it off or cling to hope, he sees proximity as a wound waiting to happen. Distance is his antidote, his way of starving the venom before it spreads. He's not here to inherit their baggage or play therapist to their chaos. He's here to rise above it, clean and untangled. A Stoic doesn't waste energy fighting battles he can't win. The Sigma knows he can't fix his family's rot, and he's not fool enough to try. Instead, he chooses himself, stepping back to shield his mind from the corrosion of their patterns. This isn't cowardice, it's strategy. He's not running from them. He's running toward his own sanity, his own strength. Every mile he puts between them is a victory over the past, a refusal to let their darkness dim his light. It's a brutal clarity. Some ties are too toxic to hold and the strongest move is letting go. That's how he keeps his edge, pure, sharp, and untainted. 6. The sacredness of ritualized solitude. Solitude isn't a punishment for the Sigma. It's his cathedral, his forge, his proving ground. It's where he thinks deepest, creates boldest, and becomes his truest self. Family obligations? They're thieves breaking in, stealing hours he'd rather spend sharpening his mind or chasing his purpose. Every forced visit, every drained conversation, it's a dagger in the heart of his sacred rhythm. Distance is his lock and key, guarding the time he needs to breathe, to build, to be. He's not hiding, he's honoring the solitude that fuels his fire, the quiet that makes him a force. The Stoic treasures time as the currency of life, spending it only where it matters. For the Sigma, family intrusions are a tax he won't pay, a drain on the resource he guards most fiercely. He's not here to waste his days on small talk or guilt-driven appearances. He's here to carve something eternal from the silence. By stepping back, he's not being selfish, he's being deliberate, choosing the pursuits that define him over the obligations that dilute him. This is his ritual, his rebellion, his strength. A life structured around what elevates him, not what drags him down. That's the Sigma's creed. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. 7. The efficiency principle. Minimizing emotional friction. The Sigma runs his life like a machine, lean, precise, no wasted energy. Family relationships. They're a grinding gear, full of friction from old fights, silent grudges, and sudden blow-ups. The effort to navigate that mess, the emotional cost of dodging drama or soothing egos, yields nothing but exhaustion. He's not here for low returns. Distance is his optimization, cutting the fat of guilt and conflict to keep his system running at peak. He saves his fuel for what matters. His goals, his growth, his chosen battles, not the endless churn of familial quicksand. Stoicism demands focus on what you can control, not what saps you dry. The Sigma sees family ties as a vortex of chaos he doesn't need to tame. Why pour himself into a pit that gives nothing back? Every step away is a calculated move, freeing him from the emotional clutter that slows lesser men down. This isn't about being heartless, it's about being smart. He's a warrior of efficiency, stripping away the noise to keep his mind razor-sharp and his spirit unburdened. That's how he wins, not by fighting every fight, but by choosing the ones worth his fire. 8. Rejection of performative intimacy. The Sigma despises the fake, the forced hugs, the scripted, I love yous, the closeness that's more duty than truth. Family often demands this show, a parade of affection he can't stomach. He's not here for shallow plays or hollow words. He craves the real, the raw, the earned. Those bonds, built on guilt or habit instead of respect, feel like lies he won't tell. Distance is his honesty, his refusal to dance for their approval. He'd rather stand alone in his truth than fake a warmth he doesn't feel, keeping his integrity over their applause. A Stoic lives by what's real, not what's expected. The Sigma knows family wants him to perform, to fit their picture of connection, but he's not their actor. He rejects the game, the pretense, the emotional charade that leaves him empty. By pulling back, he's not rejecting love, he's rejecting the counterfeit version they peddle. This is his strength, standing firm in who he is, even if it means standing apart. It's a middle finger to the world's obsession with surface over substance, a vow to live authentically or not at all. That's the Sigma's honor, unbending, unbowed, unscripted. 9. Past as prologue, when wounds dictate borders. For many Sigmas, distance isn't a choice, it's a scar. Family wasn't a haven, it was a war zone, betrayal from a parent, criticism that cut deep, neglect that left echoes. Those wounds don't fade, they shape him, turning closeness into a red flag, a threat to the stability he's clawed back. The family space isn't safe, it's a trigger, a ghost of pain he won't relive. Distance is his shield, his survival, his way of saying never again. He's not bitter, he's wise, keeping the past where it belongs and the present in his control. The Stoic learns from yesterday to master today. The Sigma doesn't linger in old battles, but he won't repeat them either. Family might mean warmth to some, but to him, it's a fire that once burned too close. He steps back not to punish them but to protect himself, to heal in a space they can't touch. This isn't weakness, it's resilience, a refusal to let history bleed into his future. By drawing that line, he's not just surviving, he's thriving, turning scars into strength. That's the Sigma's legacy, rising above, not sinking back. 10. The burden of unspoken expectations, a weight they refuse to carry. Family comes with a silent rulebook, call this much, visit that often, care their way. The Sigma feels it like a noose, tightening with every unvoiced you should. It's a weight he didn't sign up for, a game of guilt he won't play. He's not here to guess what they want or prove his worth by their standards. Distance is his freedom, his way of dropping that load and walking light. He defines his value, not them, and he'll be damned if he lets their expectations chain him down. Stoicism cuts through the noise. Control what's yours, release what's not. The Sigma knows he can't stop their demands, but he can stop carrying them. Every step away is a liberation, a rejection of the anxiety they breed. This isn't about dodging duty, it's about owning his life, unshackled by their invisible script. He's not their servant, their savior, or their scapegoat. He's his own man, free to build a world that answers to him alone. That's the Sigma's victory, living by his rules, not theirs, and never looking back. 11. The clarity of the uncluttered horizon. Family ties twist everything, loyalty, drama, their opinions on your life. The Sigma craves a view unobstructed, a horizon where his goals shine clear and his path cuts sharp. Proximity muddies it all, pulling him into their mess, their noise, their judgments. Distance is his vantage point, a wide open space where he sees himself without their filter. It's not emptiness, it's freedom, a canvas for his vision, a place where his choices are his own. He's not lost in their orbit, he's charting his own damn sky. The Stoic steps back to see true. The Sigma knows family can cloud his compass, bending his will to their gravity. He rejects that pull, choosing the clarity of solitude over the fog of obligation. Every mile he claims is a sharpening of focus, a stripping away of what doesn't serve him. This is his power, a mind unburdened, a purpose unswayed, a life unblurred by their shadows. It's the Sigma's ultimate truth. Distance isn't retreat, it's revelation, and he'll guard that clarity with everything he's got. This isn't about running from family, it's about running toward yourself, your strength, your unbreakable core. The Sigma male doesn't just survive distance. He thrives in it, crafting a life of raw power and relentless purpose. At Sigma Male Community, we're your forge, your fuel, your unapologetic guide to mastering this path. You're not alone in this, you're part of a brotherhood that gets it, that lives it, that rises with you. If this hit you where it counts, smash that like button, drop a comment with your fire, and share this with every man who needs to hear it, because this truth can't stay silent. If you're already in the pack, turn on those notifications. If you're not, subscribe now and join the Sigma Male Community where we build men who don't bend, don't break, and don't bow. Step into your solitude, lock down your sovereignty, and let's keep this flame roaring. Until next time, stay untamed, stay unyielding, stay Sigma.